EU chiefs have sat down with Scottish government officials to discuss Scotland's fishing and agriculture industry just as Brexit negotiations between the UK government and Brussels reach crunch point. Express understands EU officials in Brussels have held informal discussions with counterparts in Edinburgh concerning matters including fishing. It comes as both Scotland and the EU reacted furiously to the government's controversial UK Internal Market Bill, which prompted threats of legal action from Brussels if it was not changed by the end of the month. The most recent round of negotiations between the UK and EU resumed this week with fisheries and the so-called level playing field among the items on the agenda as time runs out on the transition period. Express has learned the Scottish government has become increasingly concerned with Westminster over its approach to EU negotiations. An official said that Westminster does not seem to want to discuss EU matters, stressing a no deal is in no one's interest. We seek to have productive discussions with all people, one said. The SNP administration at Edinburgh is also concerned that Scotland's fisheries have no clarity about future arrangements, warning that successive Westminster governments have sold out Scotland's fishing industry. In reference to fears of Scotland's industry being sold out, Fergus Ewing MSP, Scotland's Rural Affairs Secretary, warned there had been no indications the Tory government wouldn't be prepared to do so again. But Dean Lockhart MSP, Scottish Conservatives' constitution spokesperson, told Express.co.uk, "We heard recently how the SNP had attempted to undermine negotiations regarding our vital fishing industry during talks with the European Union. Now we hear they have held further talks at a time when negotiations are at a critical point. The SNP have continued to try and overplay their hand when it is the UK government who are leading the negotiations and working to secure the best deal for the whole of the United Kingdom." But Whitehall rebuffed tonight with a source saying, "We want to achieve the best outcome for the whole of the UK and are negotiating with the EU. As part of this, we are constantly working with the devolved administrations." A Scottish government spokesman said they had not had discussions directly with Barnier himself but added, "The Scottish government will always stand up for Scotland's interests."